Hi.
Hello.
Is it echoing?
No, it seems to be good today.
Um, the last a few satsangs ago, when I was speaking to you, you poked at my seeker identity,
Hmm?
and so I feel like since then there's just this confusion because, mm, I as you said, I feel like all this inquiry that I've been doing from my mind. And whatever I thought I'd seen, I kind of now doubt because I feel like it was all some ideas that my mind was giving about awareness and even like silence or peace or everything. And then yesterday, um, yesterday I had a suffering day of full identification with what's happening in my body, and it was awful. And I saw how it was a seeker identity that's causing the suffering with what's going on in my body. Because I thought, oh, if the seeker is not there, maybe I won't mind what's happening in the body. And I didn't realize, because the seeker identity was is more subtle, but it's it's like I don't know how to describe it. And I think for the first time yesterday I just felt like I don't want it. I don't care if I not, as you said, the finder of anything. And I for the first time I started to feel like I don't want the seeker either. And I just felt like I cannot like be in this body as a person anymore. Uh Yeah. But I feel like I don't even know if I'm doing inquiry. Like it's, I just, yeah, I don't know anymore. And this morning when I woke up, I had a migraine and I was happy because it feels like I cannot really, my mind is not, it's dull, like I cannot think. And I thought, oh, that's like relief. And, um, but then I sit and I feel like I don't know. It feels like everything I know about is just mind, and so I yeah, just so I don't know how to do what you're saying without using my mind. And I also notice that I'm still believing all my thought. I'm only able to catch that I believed thoughts after I believed it. Um, and it's like almost it's so attached, the belief is so close to the attention that I cannot see catch the belief before it happens. um the, so I don't know what now.
It's good, it's good. One of the things that struck me when you were speaking is this idea that there is a person inside this body,
Mm,
that I cannot be a person inside this body. And many of us have this concept that I am inside this body. But are we really? What is inside the body? Where is it? Can you identify your location within the body? Where are you?
it just feels like it's everywhere, like the whole, it's all sensations and not in any one place.
Then there's this set of sensations which appear for you. And what is this one to which they appear?
So this is where I feel like my mind is telling me the answer to that question, like that, oh, it's some awareness, that it's some space behind. And then I
Yes.
feel like, oh, that's a mind. image
Yes.
it's giving
This
me.
itself is very good. You see, this is such a beautiful step forward. If there is such a thing as a step forward, this itself is such a beautiful step forward because many get stuck here and they start believing their mind about this awareness or this consciousness. But with you now, this is also exploding. You see, this concept that what the mind could be telling me about awareness is complete rubbish. At best, it is painting some pictures for me.
But if you tell me to see without my mind, I feel like I don't know how to do that.
You do that all the time. Yeah. Are you seeing with your mind now? No, you are witnessing. The mind comes later. The mind comes, so there's witnessing, then being is there, then after being, then mind is created. You see, mind is much later.
It feels like my witnessing is happening through my perception, and perception is the mind, isn't it? Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
keep
It
it.
feels like it's happening through my mind that witnessing is that my mind is witnessing it, witnessing.
Now, we hand over our witnessing to the mind and say, what do you feel about this? Witnessing is happening very naturally, very naturally. Mind is just a bundle of thoughts and similar energies. See? You will also say that it is not a continuous flow of thoughts. You will say thought comes, then maybe just even a millisecond of gap, then another thought comes. But then you can witness the gap also. And this gap is called the no mind state. This gap is called the no mind state. So then how can we say that witnessing of this gap is also happening through the mind? It cannot be because the gap itself is the no mind state. So you are witnessing very naturally right now. Very naturally. You are aware in this moment completely naturally. No reliance on the mind. You cannot stop it actually, even if you try. Awareness cannot be stopped. You could say, I'm aware of this, I'm aware of that, I'm aware of nothing at all, but you cannot say awareness itself was not there. Then where is the dependency on the mind? The seeker will try to use the mind to say that, okay, now I have understood what awareness is. Who is witnessing now? The mind cannot witness. The mind can only give you these energies. Who is aware of this moment? Who's aware of this moment? Is it the mind or is it you?
Not the mind, but I don't know what it is. So
Yes, the mind cannot know what it is.
if I'm saying it's not the mind, then who's saying that? Yeah, how did I know that without using the mind?
You see that it is not the mind, and then we can say we use the mind to come up with these words, to use the words. So the mind is used as an instrument for communication. But to witness or to see that I am aware now, you're not using the mind. The mind cannot witness. It does not have awareness. to be able to witness something. And what does this witnessing need?
It just feels like it's just there.
Yes,
Something is there.
yes,
But I still feel a sense of, as you were saying earlier, like an investment of how this body should be, like like a judgment. Or this movie or these scenes aren't as fun as something else I could have. So there's an awareness that something's there that is just there, and then there's also awareness that
Okay, so let's take it really slowly. Is it there or here? Because the mind will say that it is there. Where is it actually? Don't make a visual out of it, you see?
yes, it's giving me some visual.
Yes. Because when you say there, I can sense that you're speaking about a visual. Witnessing awareness is here. The seeing, pure seeing is here.
Yeah.
You are seeing.
Something doesn't want to accept that the seeing doesn't is untouched, like not bothered. Like
Yes, yes. This mind does not want to accept, but the truth will prevail, isn't it? It is undeniable that awareness is here. You are aware now. The mind wants to make something out of this. It wants to derive some meaning from this. Okay, I'm aware now. Awareness is here. Does this mean I'm free? This is what the mind is saying. You have only ever been this awareness. And there is no meaning in the word free also for awareness. Awareness does not know bondage. Therefore, it cannot be bound or free. The
so.
seeker, the seeker will want freedom. And the seeker can use all kinds of things. Okay, but now if you're free, then why is your body still like this? That's why maybe there is some merit in our stories, you see. There is some merit in our stories. We all heard about Ashtavakra, the sage whose body was deformed in how many, 8 places. Yeah, yeah. There were sages like that, then there could be the most beautifully formed body that a sage could have. So both is possible. But were they concerned about what the body was? I don't believe so.
So this sense of concern is still it's a mind idea that's making it feel like it.
Yes. Because this person feels like it is the owner of this body. The being is not concerned. The being is not concerned by the state of the body. Then who is concerned? If it is not the witnessing, it is not the being, then who is concerned?
They're thoughts, and then something is believing these thoughts.
So, as being itself, you have the power of belief. And with this belief, you pretend to be bound. And that's why in my simple pointing, don't believe your next thought is all about this. It's actually telling being not to believe the next thought so it doesn't delude itself to be a person. It's not personal advice, you see.
So what is because well since till just before that belief is happening. I can only see after, like after 5 minutes, I'll be like, oh, I believed for 5 minutes this all these thoughts. So even when I sit and contemplate, I cannot catch before belief. It's always after. I think, oh, believed. Like something is. I don't understand what is happening there because I
Because
can see attention going.
you're believing the thought that you're believing thoughts on its own.
I did.
You're believing the thought that you're believing thoughts automatically. You see, a thought comes and says, see, you believed all those 5 minutes ago automatically on that. All that is required in that moment to not believe this. Doesn't matter about the past. Wait for your next thought and tell me what it is.
It says I'm going to believe the thoughts.
It says that.
Yeah.
Do you believe it?
Something's buying it.
Yeah. So this something you must not give energy to this, you see. Because it's been nourished. It seems like it got nourished in the meanwhile. Since we last spoke, this one got nourished that I'm going to believe it. You see? Because something doesn't, the person idea, the sense of separation doesn't want to let go. And with this simple cutting off of belief, you cannot sustain the person. So it's just not my testimony. There are many in this hangout who can testify to the fact that belief is much more manageable than attention is. Otherwise, the mind can also say, but okay, this one is a rare one. Maybe he had the power not to believe, but he's talking, I'm just a mere person or something like that. It's all rubbish. There is no difference between us. So, are you telling me that the thought could be anything and you'll believe it? If the thought says, okay, you're sitting in the Sahara desert, will you believe it?
No.
So then, if it's automatic, it should have happened, isn't it?
It's the
You don't
ones
believe
that
it.
push button, have some kind of juice, like
Yeah.
up personal.
Yes, so it's very good to see this. That means it shows you that some concepts have been nourished about the person that you are, and these concepts still have some juice or some power to push your buttons. And in this way, you are exposing which identity still seems to be strong. And this is also grace then, because you can simply inquire and see where is the seeker, who are you talking to, who should find freedom. So if it's the seeker identity which gets the most belief, then we can look and see, is there really a seeker? Was there ever a seeker? Who is this one? Something wants to scream, you see? Something wants to say, it's me, it's me, it's me. Who, this me is who? And I'm not scared of, if it feels strong for you, you can say like that. You know, sometimes it has to be come out in this frustration and be vomited out sometimes in Satsang. You don't have to be nice guy. If something seems strong that it's me, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Yesterday I felt like banging my head on the wall because I was just yeah, I was frustrated because it's like, oh, I can see that that seeker is not really real, but then it feels like this battle going on, and that's
Yes, yes. And you
like,
are aware, no?
stop.
This, the lights. This battle also you are aware of. And the awareness of the battle was untouched by the battle. This is the ultimate good news, you see. No matter what happens, you are untouched. Show me how you are not awareness right now. Show me how you are something else.
I can only say there's something else that yeah, I just feel it's the body and the thoughts that feels like it's something else.
But are you able to actually separate yourself from awareness, stop
No,
being aware, and then become a body? It's
no.
not possible, you see, because you are still aware of the body. Just like you are aware of a dream body in a dream, you are aware of this body now. See, the bodies will come and go, but your awareness is the same.
The thoughts that I find very hard, that I find hard to not believe or give belief to are the ones to do with the body. It's sometimes like, or like if there's more pain, it's like, oh, something's gonna happen, and then it's like, oh, you need to believe this so I can take care of it or do
Okay, very good. So let's look at it like this. Okay, these thoughts are telling me how to take care of my body. So give me a thought which will make your body eternal, which will prevent it from dying. Let's take
nothing.
care of the body. Let's take care of it. But let's have a permanent solution, right? Not something just 10, 20, 50, 60 years. How does it help? Let's find a thought which gives you permanent solution to the body. Let's make the body eternal. Hmm. Does the mind have an answer for that?
No.
So you are aware of this body. You will be aware of the dissolution of the body. You will see this body die. You have seen it give birth also. And many bodies. In one night, you can have many bodies coming and going. How will the mind take care of the body? How long will it take care? Will it prevent the body from getting old? What will happen? Take care of the body. Nothing. You never know. You might find yourself, you cross the road and a car runs over you then. Sorry, it's a little morbid, but it has to be said like that. As awareness, you are untouched, irrespective of what happens to the body. And the mind has been trying to help you for so many years with the body, isn't it? And yet there's so much concern about the body. Has it been successful in its approach? And how long will we listen to this false teacher who doesn't know anything at all? Nothing at all it knows. It just got you hypnotized by making you fearful. God is carrying this body. God is taking care of this body. Let the one who has given the body take care of the body also. There is nobody else here anyway. There is only God. How can an imagined entity take care of anything at all? Do you see that the person is completely imagined or no?
When I sit and contemplate, yeah, I can never find a person.
Yes. Yes.
But then there are
But
other moments like yesterday when I felt like I was trying to find this. It just felt like, oh, that I am this entity that's suffering. So
where
then I feel like I haven't really seen I'm not a person. If I've really seen that, I wouldn't be suffering.
no, it can be like this. You see, because what happens is I take this example often, but I'm not sure if you've heard it before, so let me repeat it. It can seem like for millions of years I believed because I was always told that the sun rises from the west. And in this belief, somehow I tend to suffer. Then someone comes along and says, no, 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 look, the sun rises from the east actually. And then first time you hear this, you're like, no, what are you saying? And I say, okay, don't take my word for it. You go and check for yourself. Then you wake up the next morning and say, yes, sun is actually rises from the east. Like saying that, I check and I find no person. Mhm. But there is millions of years of conditioning about the body. So then you say, okay, maybe I was deluded. Maybe I was deluded, or maybe this one threw some magic powder in my eyes or something, or maybe it just came up like this only that day. So maybe every day for millions of years it came up from the west, but for some reason today it came up from the east. You see, so next morning you wake up and you missed the sunset. You had a late night and you woke up at noon. Mhm. So there's no way for you to check. So you say, yes, it was all rubbish. The sun actually must be coming from the west, must be. Mhm. I must be a person. I must be a person. So what can I do? I can at best again tell you, check again. Mhm. Check again. And then you check and say, yes, again east. Maybe he is controlling the sun. I say, no, no. Just keep checking. Check again. No person. Check again. No person. So in the beginning, it can seem like this flip-flop. This energy can come strongly to react. But after you keep checking over and over, then no need to check now. It's clear. Only when some suffering comes, then we say, okay, what's happening? Who's suffering? You see, no person. Gone. Then vigilance becomes very simple like this. It's not a constant who am I, who am I, who am I. Not like this. That would not be freedom. If you all it made out of all of us is just these robots who are chanting who am I, who am I, who am I, then it would not be freedom. You don't need to be vigilant like this. Completely. Some have taken like this. When they hear the word vigilance, they have taken it like this. Constant, constant. It's not like just something pushes button. They say, oh, what is this identity? They must just let go of. In a few seconds, gone. Mostly like this. But you don't pick up the concept of a person till you have checked that there is a person. Because I can guarantee you that every time you check, you will not find one. The mind which will come and say, no need to check, no need to check. I'm sure I'm a person. This one who is concerned about freedom, this one who is concerned about body is not you. It's just an idea. And even if you are the body is going to die. No? So what's the big deal about all this? If it is possible that you die, then there would be nobody there to be concerned anyway. But actually, it feels like it is my body. It doesn't feel like it is I am the body. It feels like it is my body. It is something that I own.
Mm.
This is the trick. But this my does not exist. Are you believing something now?
Yeah, I suddenly got it's like I just had a thought that came saying, "Oh, I'm so tired. I want to stop satsang now." And I thought, "Oh, I didn't believe it, but it just and then I just feel like I want to lie down and go to sleep."
This is one of the trump cards of the mind. Enough, satsang. Okay, I got it. No person, got it. Yeah.
And just this sense, the sense is just yeah, I just want to close my eyes and go to sleep.
It's good when you smile, and then you don't have to work hard to smother your smile. I notice this with her every time. She's smiling very beautifully, everything is clear, and then something comes that no, I must.
See, what's the source that thought a thought just came that said, yeah, how can you be happy? How can there be happiness? How can you be happy when all of this is going on? Like with the body and
You're showing, no? You're showing how you can be happy with all this going. Don't try to convince your mind about anything. Don't try to win the argument with the mind. See, what is that old saying? Never argue with a fool. They will bring you down to their level and they beat you because they have more practice. This is like arguing with the mind. First, you have to come down to the level of being a person, and then they are the experts at creating suffering, so you will not be able to win with this. Approach the mind from your true perspective. Approach the mind from your true perspective as awareness, and let the mind bark, let it do whatever it wants. You are unconcerned.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Don't take on the burden of freedom. It's not your problem now. The truth is not your problem now. As long as you keep coming to satsang, it is my problem. Thank you.